Welcome to class Asynchronized Session. I am Dr. Prasanna, Associate Professor, School of Commerce. In this session, we will discuss and understand how deductions under Section 24 with regards to house property income computation is being dealt. From income tax point of view, there are two different house property. One is self-occupied house, other one is let-out house property. We know calculated how the gross annual value will be arrived at with regards to both the category house property. So from there we are now moving on to find out how the deductions will be applicable, which is dealt under section 24 of Income Tax Act. So house property deductions under section 24. While calculating the house property income, deductions are allowed out of net annual value, which we call NAV. These deductions are with regards to let out house property or deemed to be let out house and for self-occupied house. There are two deductions that can be claimed with regards to let out house or deemed to be let out house. One is standard deduction, which is applicable at the rate of 30% of NAV under section 24A, and interest on money borrowed, which is under section 24B. With regards to self-occupied house, interest on money borrowed alone will be applicable, which is dealt under section 24B. The standard deductions which is applicable for let out or deemed to be let out house under section 24A, it is an ad hoc or flat deductions available out of the net annual value in respect of certain expenses of the owner of the house property. The owner of the house property might have done some expenses which are connecting to the earning of rental incomes like rent collection charges, insurance of house, repairs of house, etc. So it is allowed at the rate of 30% of NAV. The calculation part should be carefully done here. Any other actual expenses incurred by the owner of the house property are not to be considered here. The standard deduction alone is to be applicable. Even if the owner has not made any expenses, the standard deductions can be claimed under section 24 at the rate of 30% of NAV. With regards to self-occupied house, no standard deduction is allowed, as we know the NAV is taken as nil. Let us see how the interest on loan, housing loan, which is dealt under section 24B, is being treated. Again, it has been divided into two categories. One is for self-occupied, other one is for let-out house property or deemed to be let-out house property. With regards to let-out house or deemed to be let-out house property, while calculating house property income in respect of such property, interest on loan taken for purpose of purchase, construction, repairs or renovation, etc. is allowed as deduction in full. That is, there is no maximum limit with respect to such interest. Here, the actual amount of deductions is equal to actual interest without any limit. When we look at self-occupied house, although the NAV, that is the net annual value, is taken as nil in respect of self-occupied house property, yet interest on loan taken for purchase, construction, repairs, renovation, etc. of two such house properties. Underline two such house properties. Earlier it was only one house, now it has been revised as two such house properties is still allowed as deductions. This allowability of such interest is a benefit given to individuals and HUFs, we know that is Hindu undivided families, because it will result into loss under the head house property, which can be set off against other incomes of the current previous year or the future previous year as per the rules. Now let us look at the maximum limit which has been specified for interest on loan. So if there is a loan which has been taken with regards to construction of self-occupied house, it is classified under two headings. One is loan taken before 99, loan taken after 1499. So if the loan is taken before 1499, interest on loan is allowed up to a maximum of rupees 30,000. The purpose of loan may be either for construction, purchase, repairs, renovation or extension, etc. If the loan is taken on or after 1499, the purpose has to be looked at. If the purpose is for purchase or construction of the house property, interest on loan is allowed up to a maximum of 2 lakh, provided the following conditions are fulfilled. 1. The construction or acquisition of the house property, that is with regards to which the exemption is to be claimed may be one or two such self-occupied house or flats or unit is completed within 5 years from the end of the financial year in which the capital amount was borrowed or the principal amount was being borrowed. So which means to say, once you borrow from that particular date, within 5 years the construction has to be completed or purchase has to be done. Second condition, the borrowers obtain a certificate from the lender specifying that the amount of interest is payable. The certificate must also specify the purpose of loan, that is, whether the loan was taken for purchase or construction of the house or two houses, or as a refinance of the earlier loan taken for construction or purchase of the house or houses. So these two conditions has to be very carefully considered. Point number 3, for repairs etc. or for the purchase or construction of the house property, if such acquisition or construction is not completed within 5 years as prescribed, that is under point number 2 which we were discussing, we said from the day of getting the loan within 5 years it has to be completed. If that is not being met, what will happen is interest on loan allowed as deduction up to a maximum of 30,000 only. So these are the 3 important conditions what we are supposed to look at with regards to maximum limit of interest. Now let us look at the treatment of pre-acquisition or pre-construction period of interest. Let us understand what is the meaning for pre-acquisition or pre-construction period. It means the period starting from the day of borrowing and ending on 31st March immediately preceding to the year of completion of or construction of the house. For example, if Mr. A has taken a loan on 1/4/2016 for a construction of a house and the construction was completed on 1/7/2018. In this case, the pre-construction period shall be the period starting from 1/4/2016, that is from the date when the loan was taken, and ending on 31/3/2018, that is regarding to the previous year, and the previous year here will be 2016-17 and 17-18, that is from 1/4/2016 until 31/3/2018 alone it will be treated as pre-construction period. Important point to be noted here is the period from 1/4/2018 to 36/2018 shall not be included as pre-construction period as the house was completed in that particular previous year. So in that particular period, interest whatever is being paid will be taken as current year loan that has been repaid, and the period before 1/4/2018 alone, starting from 1/4/2016 till 31/3/2018 alone, will be treated as pre-construction period. The tax treatment, here it is, interest for pre-construction or pre-acquisition period shall be allowed as deduction in 5 equal installments starting from the previous year in which the house has been acquired or the construction is completed, and for the next 4 years it will be allowed. So let us understand this concept with an example. An important point to be noted here is if the construction or acquisition of the house is completed during a particular previous year, then the whole interest of that previous year shall be treated as post-construction period interest. So an example will help students to understand this concept better. Supposing the date of loan is 1/4/2016 and date of completion is 36/2018. Annual interest paid by the assessee is 50,000 per annum, and the current previous year is 2019-20. So in this case, the previous year, that is 2016-17 period and 17-18 period alone will be taken as the pre-construction period and or pre-acquisition period, and the loan and the interest amount that is being paid in that period, that is 1 lakh rupee, will be treated as pre-construction period interest because the house was completed on 36/2018. So 36/2018 is in that particular year's financial year. Up to 31/3/2018 alone it will be treated as pre-construction, and from 1/4/2018, so that is the construction period completed, that's what is being given in the next box. So from 1/4/2018 so till 31/3/2019, it is the year in which it has been completed, so that year will be taken as the current year as interest, so 50,000 is paid there, and now current previous year is 2019-20, so current previous year he will be again paying 50,000. So therefore total interest that can be claimed as deduction under section 24B with regards to this particular house property will be current year interest, that is 2019-20 interest, which is 50,000 plus 1/5 of pre-construction period. 1/5 in the sense, so total for 50,000 for 2016-17 and 17-18 50,000. So total it is 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 1/5. So total amount will be 70,000. This 1/5 means to say first year it will be 20,000, second year 20, third year 20, fourth year 20 and fifth year 20. So therefore the total 1 lakh will be divided in the 5 years. So that is the purpose of dividing this. So with this, now we come to the conclusion of this session. So further problems have been discussed under the Word document which has been shared with the students. So students can go ahead and start working with those problems. Thank you.